So, Sabongumliswa, you are the chairperson of the CP Chemicals board, and there's been an issue in which the finance director has ostensibly retracted a position which you seemed to be advancing, in which a cartel is alleged to have sort of like defrauded the company in terms of payments for deliverables which were given. So is there any conflict, or is there are there any differences between the board and the operational management of the company? Or what is the true position? Because now we have a situation where the chairman is saying one thing and the finance director is saying another thing.
Thank you very much for those questions. It's important that the record be set straight. I was recently appointed chairperson of CP Chemicals, and the principal is a relative of mine. Came through to me, recommended to say we are having problems with us getting money from people who've supplied our product to. And the company in question is Pelican Seeds, Get More, Prophet Bronson, being part of the principles of that. I accepted that because they showed me the suffering that it has caused to their business and to the workers who are not being paid. The families are struggling. They told me they've been owed $21 million US. So Getmore has got, Pelican has got a direct agreement to supply to government on the presidential input scheme. And CP Chemicals are a third party where Pelican Seeds get the chemicals from, because they don't supply directly. But let it be known that CP Chemicals are the biggest agrochemicals company in Zimbabwe. Why they are not directly supplying government is a story for another day. After convening the first board meeting, Ndegele, who's the financial director in question, gave me how they'd been duped, how they had been forced to be able to accept figures which are not under duress. They then said that they'd been forced to accept 13 million from 21 million because Getmore and Branson, so Pelican Seeds, told them that the government had refused to pay the prices that had been agreed upon. As a result, it was less 7 million. As the chairman of the board, I told them to write to the permanent secretary of agriculture to ascertain that position, that is that the correct position that government has decided to cut down the prices. He responded and said, I cannot give you that answer because you're a third party. But in the interest of the nation and accountability, the permanent secretary was supposed to also respond to show confidence that no, because if that being the case, it affects all the suppliers, but other suppliers were not affected. So by bringing down to 13 million and having 7 million, the director, financial director, who issued that statement was also a beneficiary of that. So he was to get about 3 million and they would get the rest. It's a cartel, I want you to understand that. I picked on that. That 13 million did not come through. And I said, no, we are still going for the 21 million until I see a letter from government confirming that the prices have gone down. I am responsible for oversight. And that being the case, we then engaged lawyers, Due Manikai Noacha, in particular Edwin Manikai, who's a renowned a lawyer in terms of the corporate world, to demand that from Pelican. That went through, we all agreed. And what we were going for was 21 million, not 13 million. That being the case, they responded to meet so that they would be able to reconcile the figures as people who had demanded 21 million. They did manage to reconcile the figures of 21 million. And what we want is 21 million. So the information which appeared on social media has got nothing to do with me or the company. But within the company, there are people who can leak information. So the financial director is not only a beneficiary from a salary point of view of CP Chemicals, but he also benefits from inflating a certain percentage to what goes to Pelican Seeds, which is owned by Gatesmore and Brownson. And then Pelican Seeds inflate and end up going to the Ministry of Agriculture. I will expose this. I will show you the prices and the percentages which are involved in this. I've never been involved in corruption. They cannot at all point a finger at me. I'm about governance issues. I have to make the company viable. It has to make money. It cannot continue paying offices to get money for the sake of us being known to be a company that pays money for things which are not proper. How do you account for those payments? We want our profit in the company. We want the company to grow. So I want to affirm this. I've called for an agent board meeting. If you see a financial director, okay, issuing a statement in contradiction with the company, okay, I represent the company as the chairperson. He is also part of the cartel. We are going for him. And I know what is happening. That's what I'm saying, is the beneficiary. So he is more excited in the bigger amount, okay, which they agreed to share in the 7 million, okay, than his salary. So you see. So they've sent him to say, you've got to pacify this. There's nothing that will be pacified. Gatesmore and Brownson are citizens of this country. They own a company. As long as the company is doing things above board, but don't use the name of the president, okay, in you getting contracts, in you trying to force people to come down in prices because you're saying the Ministry of Agriculture has said the prices must go down after delivery. As for me as chairman, it does not work like that. Everybody knows. That's why I'm in the organization. I don't need anything. Already by me giving it money to do salaries and so forth, we cannot continue to be suffering at people's messes when we've done a good job. Zimbabwe must reward companies who are doing well. CP Chemicals has got the capacity to give directly to government. The inflation figures, I'll show you. Watch this space. We will protect the first family, we will protect the president at every level. Don't abuse the name of the president. Kungeini angu, idzinza redu, president of idzinza redu, and as a family we will protect him, and in protecting him, the truth must come out. Stop abusing the name of the president. Stop being connected to people who are corrupt. I'm not intimidated. Let Gatesmore and Think come and talk to me. We have a legal case going on 21 million. Let's see how it goes. They were given the money by government. They did not pay CP Chemicals. CP Chemicals is suffering today. We have people from China demanding their money. We cannot have a bad reputation because of criminals. Corruption must stop, and we'll fight it.